You see that little gap in the connector? Imagine it coming along the wood and there's that little tiny gap in the connector where that's got to jump up into the connector of the box. That's a box offset. That's what I'm talking about. So I like to put it here like this. And we got more benders and stuff. Got to make sure that that is straight. You guys remember that part. And what I like to do is, just as the bend part, I like to put the bender right as the bend stops and put it like kind of like right there. See where I'm at?
Right behind.
See where I'm at? Just as the bend starts, I'm right there. As it just starts to grab. Remember, you don't want to come back. I don't know if I mentioned this. You don't want to bring your hand too far back, because if I push from back here, this bows. And that's not good. So you come here and just kind of, when I bend, what I'm doing is I'm not pushing down on the bender. I'm kind of pushing into the bender where it kind of bends forward. Let's see if I got it.
Right on the money, right?
See if I can do it without kinking it. Another thing is, you don't want to put the pipe right on the end where it's flat. You want to leave a little sticking out because it'll egg. You know what I mean? It kind of flattens up against it. So. There we go. How far from this box do we got to strap it?
6 inches. Within 6 inches. No,
Within
it's
12 inches.
12.
And then how often in between?
Every
4 feet.
No, wait, 4 feet.
10 feet.
10?
Every 10 feet.
That would have been our next answer.
But really, I like to stay within like 2.5 feet, and I like to stay no more than 8 feet. Because it's just, you know, in a situation, that's the maximum distance. Remember, the code states maximum, minimum, shall not. What is the maximum distance you'll have straps in between each other? That's 10 feet. I like to stay no more than 8, because it's just not enough. I have to bend another box offset, and I need it to match that one. And I gotta be sure that I'm not gonna bend my offset the wrong way so it doesn't, because I need them both to come up, right? Not come this way. I'm gonna tell you the same thing Mr. Bill Huth taught me. Always imagine, no matter what's going on, the floor or the wall, always bend, first bend towards the floor. So you got that one up like this, right? Or towards the ceiling. That first bend, you can see this bend is here, so technically this first bend is this way, right? So now that bend is towards the floor. The same thing would be the exact same thing. Towards the floor, and then up. And if you're going to be bending pipe repetitiously, remember that I said that, because it will come into play.
in.
So now you can see in my bins, I can put 2 boxes. Maybe I want to go outlet to outlet. I want to go above the ceiling, whatever. Who's up? All right, I'm only gonna let a couple people do the first one because I gotta do a lot of running around. I'd rather have you watch than feel neglected. Okay.
So just a hair past, right?
So just give that first little. First of all, careful with your hands. You're gonna pinch the ground with your hands. Let me see. Right there. Flip it over. Yeah, because you're doing it there now. Get it straight. You want it to be about right. About right there. So get that straight. It doesn't matter, just make that offset. When you're doing that, look down your pipe like this, look. Hold on to it like that so it stays tight. And it's a little crooked if you look at it from this view. Just keep tight on it. This looks like that too much. Trick is to do this. See that? But just take this back and like that. See how it's a little bit?
Yeah.
Smidge it. Right. That's about it right there. Okay? It's a little big, that's your first one, because you got it, once you understand that, you get it perfect. And that's it, bend the other side. Doesn't matter, just bend it.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Let me see.
That grade will take you too long.
I didn't quite measure,
Oh.
it just kinda,
I thought you were like using the measuring gun part of it.
oh, no.
The wrong way.
That's it. I'm using this to look at it like this.
Oh, okay, just see. Just you move.
You wanna get a piece of pipe and try it?
No.
You save yourself love.
Get your piece of pipe, cut that thing in half. See the hacksaw, cut that thing in half, then you're all set. It's gonna come out, it may not come out the first time, but you gotta get that first one out.
Tweak a little more, but
Remember, I'll let you a box on you.
It's kind of curly forward a little bit, I guess.
Did we miss? Okay. See with half inch especially, it's just like a little stretch at a time. Not too much.
this thing's just
a little.
didn't do exactly right because I wasn't.
Ah.
What you're doing now.
Man, it's not bad. Bend it, just feel the bender in your hand. It's not about knowing how to bend the bends. It's how to know how to kind of, even if you're messing the bends up, somebody on the job will show you how to get it right. I just want you guys to be able to be like, yeah, I can do that. He can't, but I can. You know what I mean?
This is our, the way this way. That way the shavings will fall off in the box. Now we can cut length, so if you want to cut it, I'll hold it.
Cut one little piece.
We ain't got time for old school, man. Okay, don't beat nobody in the head, poke nobody's eye out, guys. Yes, sir.
Same thing, imagine.
Hey, Dad, we got it backwards. This is what you're listening to. We messed up. You got me going the same way. Your turn. Wait, what you done to it, though? You done good, John. All right, guys.
A little bit.
This one has to be bigger than the one you went to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this.
Yes.
Did you email about it?
It might be 3 years old, but it's kind of new.
Like I just moved back.
They're kind of 66 old. Yeah, this is better than what I did. Hey. Yeah, they actually want to five below. Dollar Tree. Now we can find
Sorry.
He's going really trying to dig. Find him below.
Kind of want it.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Make sure that that's perfectly up straight. Yeah, there you go. What he was doing, he was thinking,
Over this way. Bring it down here.
I'm behind it.
Okay, like this?
Once you get it, straight to where you want it.
Just get these.
There you go, you got it.
I'm just saying. Hey.
Y'all want to get there on Saturday?
And then he was measuring it against the shaft of the,
To make sure it was straight.
yeah.
It's competitive.
Let's see, John.
It's like a.
Let's see what you, hey, it came out good.
That's pretty crooked.
It's pretty good, though. It's crooked from the other one, but it's good.
Huh?
It's doing well.
Maybe. This one curves over a lot.
Well, you know why?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to fix that.
Yeah. I don't know how you fix the one that's done. He knows his tricks.
There's a way to kind of like nudge it.
Bend some more stuff. Come on, 90 feet. Let's go.
I don't know how he does it.
Encourage them while they have a bigger.
Encourage them.
Appreciate you.
I had it, the opposite way.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. And then there's like some way to kind of nudge it, like over to the right. I'm not sure how to do that.
Yeah.
Just a number it starts to.
Where that's from, when you get to make that first bend, where you, after you make the first bend, you're gonna make sure that the pipe is straight.
Yeah.
So the second one comes out, if the pipe is crooked.
There's also a thing called a rolling offset.
Rolling offs.
You know, when you guys are in a situation that this is gonna go above the ceiling and no one's ever gonna see it, and nobody gives a crap,
Don't worry about it.
well, you can roll it. See what I mean? It may be too big, but if you roll it to the side, yeah, it fits. And then you just, you got some scrap pipe and you just, because if they're gonna put it in the wall and then they're gonna get an inspection and bury it with drywall, as long as it's strapped and it's sound and it looks halfway decent, stuff like this, you cut off, put a coupling, twist the other piece, take a couple pieces together, twist them whatever which way you want, get them strapped, put your wire in, you're done. And it's the exposed pipe. But right now, after last week, what I want is to know that you guys, if ever you guys are on a job site and they're gonna be like, well, we're gonna bend some pipe, and they're gonna hand you a bender. When you guys are tooled up on the job, 4, 5, 6 bends, you're gonna know how to bend pipe. You're gonna think you don't, but this math is gonna be stuck in your head. 30 degrees is times 2. Each offset, the deduction on the bender. If I want a 12-inch offset, half inch, 5-inch deduction. I deduct 5 inches on the 12 inches. That brings it up because each bender adds, a half inch adds 5 inches. A 3/4 bender adds 6 inches. Stuff like that. You guys got that piece of paper, you kind of can reference back to that on the bottom. I guarantee you, you'll be on a job site, you'd be surprised how many people don't like to do 4-point offsets because they can't get them right. They'll cut 2 offsets and put a coupling. Why? Because, like I said, they cheat, they put the coupling in. It looks good because all the couplings are in a row, but wouldn't it look better if it was one solid piece? Looks like you know what you're doing. Okay, well, let's bend an offset out here. You guys pay attention, I'll show you how to bend an offset. Next week, we're gonna use our brains. So bring them. Because next week, I wanna do something, especially this early in the class. What I mean is this early into the apprenticeship class, I guess you wanna call it. I wanna teach you guys, I have a basic 10 question test that I put together for helpers. And I also have a journeyman test, but I'm gonna do it the helper test because I want you guys to learn how to navigate through the code book. And I'm gonna tell you, being in this trade as long as I've been, a lot of these guys, they're very intimidated by the code book. So you gotta think about it. They're gonna say, hey, we're gonna go, you guys are gonna help us run wire today and we're gonna do a house. Come time to trim out, you guys are gonna know how to make your joints and pop your outlets in. Is it gonna be perfect the first 1 or 2? Nope. How's it gonna come out the first 10, 15? So, you know what I mean? But you get 25, 30, get a couple houses under your belt, next thing you know, it's a year later, you're banging those joints out. And the way I showed you how to do them, it's always gonna put in your head. Remember that? Tuck that corner, make it nice. Get it down, tuck that corner, make it nice. Get that thing, fold that thing in there, make sure everything's even. You're making your joint, you make it, cut the thing long, make sure the insulations are even. You guys, I'm hoping that sticks in your head because if you guys are out in the field, these little things are gonna help you be successful. And you be, like I said, I want you guys to maybe be one step ahead coming into the trade than just coming in as a green helper. I want to bend an offset 6 inches and I want it to start 4 inches from the end. Could you do it?
I remember.
Explain to me in detail how to do it.
Sit 4 inches from the end, so you'd measure in 4 inches. And then 6 inches, you gotta double it though, right?
Where am I doubling?
At the 6-inch point.
What do you mean? So my first mark would be at 4 inches? What are you
Or
telling me?
first mark should be at 4 inches.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Remember, I get to cheat, I didn't have hands on last week.
Okay.
No, we need tape measure, right?
All right. That's good that you remember that. All right. These are box offsets, correct? Now, a strategic bent offset that, say I wanna, we'll use this as an example again.
6.5.
6.5, you remember that? Let's just say that my box is back here so far, and I want this bend, is that for me? These bends to start here, I want it to start at 8 inches, correct? Because it has to come out so far and then bend down, right? So then, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go 6.5. But I need to get into this connector. So that's about another 3/8. So 6.5. Let's just say 6 3/4. So I'm gonna start at 8 inches. then I need to bend a 6 3/4 inch offset at 30 degrees. What do I gotta do next? So this is my first bend. Double it. What's 6 3/4 times 2? That's what, 12, 13 and a half.
13 and a half.
13 and a half.
Quarters,
So 13 and a half. Because we're gonna use 30 degrees, and what 30 degrees is times 2. And what that means is, if I double the amount of my offset in between my bends, when I come out, I will get my 6 1/2 degrees, my 6 1/2 inches. So, I'm gonna do this real quick for them, because I want them to watch it. I wanna use one of those new fancy benders. You know what I like about this bender? Is that flat spot right there. This. I like that. Will they last?
And that's at your 8-inch, right? Your first
Yes, yes, yes. So now, 30 degrees there, all right. There's my mobile right there. Just bend that up. This one. What's going on? That's it. See how that's level at 30 degrees right there? Right. But now, I can't just take this, bend this around like this, because I got this going on. I got it started. Put it on the, this is my mark there. See my arrow? Yeah. That's where I want to use it. I want to make things, but I'm being accurate with the offsets.
So that's at 16?
Yes. Well, that's that. I don't know what the heck we measured it at.
13 and a half.
Now that little bit, I'm started, so I keep tight on it, right? So it doesn't move. See that? And I just bring that up. I just measure that till I'm level. Close enough. And I should do this for a living, I'm telling you. So now you see. See how I got my measurement? Now I can take this and push it in right there so it looks decent. Want that one? I can feel it. I can see in your eyes. You're like, I want you to bend this. I want you to start this bend at 4 inches. And I want you to do 5 inch offset. Yes. You know what I said? 5 inch offset. And you double it. You start at 5. What did I say? 6.
A 4-inch and
Start at 4 inches. That's the first bend. Do that. Just like this. What's up?
do we have a certain type of tape measure where like
put a box together, or like do this, or.
This one's
Well, I'm trying to just.
Then, you want to use
it does what you do?
Not, yeah.
I had a good one.
second market.
Height bending, I can get a little better at it.
The vendor on the table.
This is gonna be a 30-degree bend. So I want a 5-inch offset.
Stay back. Cut it in half.
You'll see what happens. Yeah, that must have been pretty bad.
Bring her to it.
Start at 4, give me a 5-inch.
What do you give me? Huh? I gotta ask for a measurement. They said 47? Huh? They said with. Oh, yeah.
I need.
You guys, I see you gonna do something.
No, we are.
I've got one.
We're contemplating on how they cut that wire.
Yeah, you want it with straight pipe, 4 and 5?
Yes, I'm well aware.
That you must. 4 and 5.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. That's okay.
Try to get half.
I'll live another day. Yeah, basically.
Give me a little smidge and let off.
I wonder if they.
This one can't be possessed because you can still outrun.
Like,
One more of those. What's that?
tree limb cutters.
What's up? Did you do it?
How do you cut that wire? Yeah. Kind of like,
I'll show you my cutters. I'll go get them.
yeah.
Somebody has the other.
Use like a freaking like tree thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it off there. Hold on a second, guys.
I'm killing for
Hey, there's another 30-degree bubble on this.
3-inch bend. 6 inches.
All right. This one.
That's it.
Now.
I'm really gonna eat that. Oh. He's like, yeah. I tell you, you should bring one back.
Get it straight.
I'm not joking, I will. Do it. We're eating in a church.
Yeah. So 4 and 5, so you're gonna bend that in, bend that in too, and just bend it down. Yeah.
Okay, so he
Do our
says
first
4,
bend here,
and then
and then we flip it.
30.
Oh,
you were
Just bend it so it's a regular one.
the other one is just level though.
One end for all.
So basically, if you remember 30 degrees, it's almost with the handle straight up and down.
Where's that? The market. So I did 4.
Yeah, 4 inches.
This has it.
So pull that so it's almost straight up the handle.
Oh wait, or is it this area?
Pull the handle back so it's
I mean, what do you think cheese is? It's just milk. I know, like, I'm not from the first time.
Now go do the other one.
Like, I heard about it too, but I was like,
You.
and it was like, try.
Then you turn out 180 degrees.
I'm weird about
That's where you gotta make sure that this is straight.